So let's find a comfortable place to sit and take 2 breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just breathing gently, full, gentle breaths. And then the next time you breathe in, instead of exhaling to lean forward, twist and use your hands to help you just a little bit, and then inhale back to center. As you exhale, twist, let go over the other shoulder. Nice. Going with your breath. Doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. You set your own pace. Using your breath. Let's do one more each side. And when you come back to center, then just pause right there. Take a few steady breaths in and out through the nose. From Dana Fald's, find the kindness. Reach deep inside to find the kindness you need to forgive yourself. Break the cycle of harsh mind. Offer understanding and compassion, not only to others, but to yourself. This doesn't mean ignoring faults. Instead, embrace the whole of you. All. Reach deep inside to find kindness. So when you find that kindness on the inhale, imagine drawing it up through the body. And on the exhale, imagine it flowing down along the back toward the hips. Reach deep inside. Inhale the kindness up through the body. Exhale, let it wash around you like a blanket. Couple more. Breathe in, the kindness comes up. Breathe out, embracing you with kindness. One more. Good. And then just let yourself breathe and notice how things are. As you breathe, let the shoulders relax, let the hands soften. And the next time you inhale, sit up just a little taller. Feel your spine stretching up high. And as you exhale, roll the chin down toward the chest. Inhale to roll back up. And go with your breath. Nice, steady movement. And there's no hurry, but the next time your head is back up at the top and the lungs are full, just change the movement. So we're looking over one shoulder. We're inhaling, coming back to center. Exhaling to the other side. And again, moving with your own breath, setting the pace. Let's go a couple more times and just slow yourself down a little more. Next time you're coming back to center, fill those lungs, top of the head floats up. Good, and we exhale to roll down. Let's breathe in, roll the left ear up over that left shoulder. Exhale, relax. And then we'll circle the nose. Easy breath, feel the movement. With that left ear still over the left shoulder, just change the little circles coming around in the other direction. And then we'll exhale to roll the chin back to center. Inhale, keep going up over that other side, and then let it go, relax. And then circle the nose, and take your time. There's really no hurry. You don't have to rush. Steady breath. And with that head still over on the right side, just change the direction of the little circles coming around in the other direction. Couple more breaths here. And then we'll roll the chin down to center. And then back up to the top. And let's circle those shoulders. Good. And let's unwind those legs and maybe circle out the ankles. And we'll circle around in the other direction. Sorry, I'm trying to get the music on for you guys, and I'm not succeeding. There we go. And then we'll bend those knees. Wow! Hello, music. So glad to see you. Bend the knees. And we'll bring those knees side to side. Keep that spine nice and tall. Good. And then let's roll ourselves up and over, coming onto all fours. I'm trying to get to where I can see everybody there. That's the magic spot. So when you get there, take a moment, really set yourself up so you're nice and stable. And then we'll roll through cat and cow breath. And we'll come back to neutral spine and start to walk those hands forward just a tiny bit and then circle the hips. Keep breathing as you go, lots of breath. And we'll come back around in the other direction. And let's come back to neutral spine. Pick up those feet behind the body, and let's bring the feet and the hips side to side. Lift the belly, keep the back nice and safe. And looking right down at the ground to keep the neck part of the spine. And we'll come back to center and bring those feet down. Let's sink to child, but we won't stay. We'll inhale forward, scooping up through our cow, rolling to cat, sinking to child. So let's make a little wheel of movement, inching forward, rolling through the spine, sinking back. Good. Building strong upper body. Flexible forearms. Let's do 2 more. Last one. When you land in your child's pose, let yourself sink in. Relax. The head might rest on the hands for a pillow, or the hands might tuck back by the feet. Find your favorite. You might tuck a little blanket between the calves and the hamstrings maybe. Might feel really good to do that, or might not. Here in child's pose, open and close the jaw a few times. Good. And we'll walk those hands forward, coming back up to all fours. Tuck those toes under, but before we come up, we're sinking some weight back into the feet and then coming forward. And a few more times. Sink back so the toes are under, stretching out the bottoms of those feet. Yep. Doesn't have to be a huge movement to get a pretty good stretch. Keep breathing. Good. And the next time you come forward, let's really plant the hands under the shoulders, lift the hips up and back for downward facing dog, and we'll pedal out those feet. Good, and then come into stillness. Turn the head a little left and right. And then we'll walk those feet up under the body, coming into our ragdoll. So the knees are bent, the body is draped over. If there's any tension in the low back, please bring your forearms to your thighs for support. We don't want to hurt the back. We want to stretch and breathe. If you're folded over, you might want to sway a little bit side to side. That might feel really yummy. Good. And let's come into center and take one big breath in. Hold your breath in so you're full of air, and then let it go. Exhale. And then we'll roll ourselves up, up, up. Good. And we'll bring those shoulders around and the elbows around. Good. And shake out the arms just a little. Bring those feet a little wider, and we'll circle the hips. So we're coming round and round. Could bring the hands to the hips, might feel good. Can everybody hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. If you want it louder, go. Okay, good. If you want it softer, I can do that too. I've got so much electronica up here. All right, let's go back around the other way. Good. Did anybody see that beautiful moon earlier in the week? It was amazing. So cool. I spotted it when my son was driving us home from the Unitarian Church where he's doing his AP physics project on the windmill. Let's come our first direction again. So he's doing he has to collect data up there at the church where we used to meet and where we will meet again someday. Come around the other way. So he's tracking the wind speed and I don't know what he's doing. AP Physics is beyond me. But anyway, we were coming home and we were coming down the hill, and there it was. It was just like, it was huge. I felt like we were driving into the moon. It was so cool. All right, so let's do a few moon salutations. Let's bring the feet right under the hips, and we'll inhale the arms way up high. Interlace the fingers. Exhale to one side. Inhale right up to top. Exhale other way. Right back up to the top. Open the arms. Lift the heart. Forward fold all the way down. Walk yourself apart into a downward facing dog. Gently come forward as if you were coming to plank, but instead tuck the knees to the mat. Uncurl the toes. Surrender to child. Inhale, scoop that heart forward, coming up to cow. Roll through cat, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take the left foot forward to a lunge. Take that right foot out to the side so you have a nice wide stance. Bring the elbows to that front thigh. Make sure that front heel is planted. Good. Don't look at me. Find somewhere so you can balance and walk yourself all the way up. Check that knee, make sure it's right over the ankle. And then sweep yourself open to a little mini warrior. Good. So both heels are down. I failed to mention that. Sorry. I don't know how you came up like that. That is impressive balance. Wow. Really good, you guys. We're going to reach out and back. I know, it's such a tricky balance. Out and back. Good. Out and back. This time, straighten that front knee. Same thing. Out and back. Just getting some movement to the body. Good. Next time you're back, pick up those toes. Rotate so both feet are parallel. Bring the hands to the low back. Lift the heart. Drop your tailbone so you're supporting your low back. Good. And then forward fold all the way down. Let the hand come to the floor. And you can wiggle a little here, side to side. You could shake out the head a little. And we'll bend the knees, bring one elbow to each thigh, sink the hips down, and look forward so you have a nice flat back. Good, and then bring one hand to one thigh, other hand to other thigh, and then roll yourself up to the top. Then the shoulders come around. Good. And we'll heel toe those feet back together and turn so you're facing the short end of your mat. And we'll sweep the arms up. Interlace those fingers. Exhale to one side. Oh, such a good stretch. Inhale up top. Exhale, other side. Inhale to center, open the arms, lift the heart, forward fold all the way down. Easy walk back to your downward facing dog. But we won't stay, we'll slide the hips forward and down, knees meet the mat, uncurl the toes, sink back to child. Breathe yourself up through cow. Roll to cat, tuck the toes, lift the hips. And this time that right foot comes forward. And let's walk that left foot apart and plant the heel. You can rotate that thigh to plant the heel. Good. And bringing right elbow to right thigh. And then use your hands to help you so both heels are anchored. So much easier that way, right? Much easier. And then walk yourself up. Check that knee, make sure it's over the ankle, and then we'll cartwheel the arms open, shifting our weight open and back, open and back. So using your muscles, your knee has to be happy. If your knee's not happy, then straighten it a little bit or come into a shorter warrior. Yep. Good. Next time you're back in center, lift through those right knee and leg. support systems, all your muscles active. Good. And then reach out and back. Good. Nice and tall. Pulling up through the spine, so we're not leaning back at all. We're just going side to side, right? Good. And then next time you're coming to center, let's bring the hands to the hips and turn the feet parallel. And let's roll those shoulders a few times. Good. And then we'll slide the hands to the low back, really active through the core, maybe tipping the tailbone down just a little bit so we have nice support. Roll the shoulders together, lift the heart. And then forward fold all the way down. Let the hands slide to the floor. And this time we'll do a little twist. So keep the right hand planted. Inhale, the left arm open. Exhale, back to center. This time the right arm inhales open. Exhale, back to center. Good. So you can also think about your stomach, your tummy and rib cage rolling open and center. So the core is working even more than the arm. Let's do one more on each side. Slow movement with your breath. And when you're down in center, let's bend the knees. Bring elbows to thighs. So you're sinking into a nice squat. Bring hands to thighs and roll yourself up. And the shoulders come around. Yeah, feels so good. Good. And they'll bend the knees and heel toe those feet in and shake out a little. That was a lot of wide stance there. Good. Let's just bring the feet under the hips. Inhale those arms up. And Ardha Chandrasana. So just to one side. We'll stay here and breathe. So take a minute. Let the neck be easy. Maybe turn a little. And we'll come right up to the top and then over to our second side. So really reaching up and out. Good. Feet meet the mat. And we'll come back up to the top. Float the arms out and open just to the horizon, and then wrap yourself up in a hug. Bend the knees, round yourself over. Inhale, come up. Open the arms. And crisscross other direction. If you're not sure what that was, it's okay. We'll do it a few more times. Notice which arm is on top as you round and return. Good. Let's add the breath. So exhale to round. Inhale to open, and you get to choose. It's a little move or a big move. You get to choose. And next time you're opening, let's bring the hands down by the hips, bend the knees, and let yourself slide all the way down to ragdoll. So let yourself hang over those legs, maybe sway a little side to side. And from here, let's roll ourselves super slow motion back up to the top. And we'll bring the shoulders around. And just as we did earlier, let's step the feet a little wider, circle the elbows. Notice if anything is shifted. And we'll bring the hands to the hips, little bend in the knees. Let's circle those hips again. And we'll come around in the other direction. And we'll come back to center. Let's bring the feet right under the body. Bring the left foot across. So it's pretty hard to see my ankles here. Let's do this. There we go. So feet are crisscrossed. The knees are a little bit bent so you can feel the feet on the mat. Good. So you're probably able to squeeze the thighs together just a little bit. Drop the tailbone and lift through the belly so you have a nice strong lower body. Sweep those arms up overhead and then keep the left arm up. Just drop the right. Good. And then come back up to the top. Same thing. Right arm comes down. We reach up through the left and then back. So it's a really good balance. Let's add the breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. Yep. Beautiful. One more. Good. And up at the top, let's just open the elbows so we have cactus arms. Couple of choices. So you could bend the knees, bringing all the weight into that back foot, into your right foot, and sit down as if you were sitting in a little chair. So that's one option, coming into a little balance. Or, if you'd rather, unwind the feet and sink the hips back, coming into a chair pose. So you get to decide, but we're really finding a place where you have to breathe to stay calm. Where the breath softens the tension. Let's take one more breath. And then let it go. We'll unwind if you're still wound. Stand up, shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Good. And then we'll crisscross. The right foot comes over in front now. And take a little bend, especially that back knee. Give it a little bend so you can anchor. Yeah, and really squeeze the thighs together. Drop the tailbone. Use your tummy muscles as if you had as if you were a spool of thread almost, and somebody had wrapped around and around and around you with ribbons. You have all that great muscle in there. And we'll sweep the arms up overhead. This time the right arm stays and the left arm comes down. We reach up and over and back to the top. Keep even weight on those feet as much as you can. Good. Adding the breath. Exhale down. Inhale up. Keep breathing. If you're a little wobbly, it's no big deal. It's great practice, right? Great practice for being calm when things are shifting and changing all the time. Next time your arm is coming up, just pause there and just take a moment to soften, relax the shoulders as the elbows drop out to the sides. Let's turn the head a little, just release that neck. And then find your favorite posture. So you could bend that back leg, bringing the weight to the left foot, and sit back just a teeny bit in an eagle-like balance. Or you could unwind the feet and come into more of a chair pose with both feet anchored, the hips back, the belly lifting, the neck in line with the spine. Yep. If there's any tension in those shoulders, drop the elbows more. Yeah. If you want more heat, you're always welcome to extend, but only if your body says yes. Are you breathing? Let's come up all the way to the top and bring the hands down all the way to the thighs. Take a teeny tiny bend and let's round through some cat and cow breaths. Just giving some stretch to that low back. Good. And then same as when we were on all fours, just wag your tail a little bit, shifting that weight side to side. And then we'll come to center, slide the hands down, 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 the legs coming into ragdoll. Shake out the neck, the shoulders, the jaw, the eyeballs. Woo-hoo-hoo. And then walk yourself through downward facing dog and all the way into all fours and back into child. And take your favorite child's pose. Some different choices might be making a pillow for the forehead with the hands, or bringing the hands back by the feet, or extending the arms to stretch the shoulders. All great options. Let that space between the shoulder blades soften. Let the belly expand and contract. And then we'll walk ourselves up to all fours and sink one hip over, rolling around so that we can come down all the way onto our backs. So just make sure your mat is clear, you're not going to bump into anything, and then make your way down. When you get there, let's hug those legs in, rock side to side. Allow your low back to melt into the mat. And let's bring that right leg in close to the body, hugging the knee, or maybe the back of the hamstring. And then maybe that left leg extends out long on the floor. Really letting your body settle. And from here, let's drop that right foot to the floor and bring the left leg in. So we're hugging the left leg close, and then maybe let the right leg stretch out long on the floor. And let's drop the left foot to the floor and bring that right ankle up and across the left thigh. Good. Taking that right hand to the right thigh, let's gently apply some pressure, pressing the right thigh away, letting it come back, away, and return. Couple more. Good. And then we'll draw both legs in, still crisscrossed. Thread that right arm through, holding on to the back of the left thigh if that's available to you, or grab onto your pants or use a strap. Find your own way in. And if you need help, I'm watching. Just wave me down. And we'll bring the hands out from the legs, drop that left foot to the floor, and bring the hands to the floor, giving you some support. Take that right leg up toward the sky, and let's circle the ankle around and around. And we'll circle around in the other direction. And then let's relax the ankle and bend the knee just a tiny bit more and bring that entire right leg around, making big circles. Keeping the body as stable and still as possible. And we'll make the circles come around in the other direction. And then we'll extend the right leg up to the sky. This time let's flex the ankle, extend the knee, so you're reaching the heel toward the ceiling. And then draw the toes towards your face, so you're getting a nice stretch in the back of that thigh. Keep reflexing that ankle, sending the heel up and up. And without moving the torso, drop that right heel toward the short end of the mat and then lift it back up. So single leg lifts, just a couple more. Good. Next time that right arm is up, let's lift the left arm up toward the ceiling. Yeah, so our right arm and our right leg and our left arm are up high. And then as you're ready, drop that leg back down. The arm comes up behind your head as much as feels good in your body. And then return to start. So we're opening opposite sides and coming back together. Imagine you have a giant rubber band around the wrist and ankle, and you're pulling apart and then gently coming together. So I don't really care whether you're using your right leg or your left leg, but what I do really want you to check in with is, are you using opposite arm from leg? So if you're using the same arm as leg, just switch the arms. Good. That's it. Let's do two more. And then we'll draw that right leg in again. Hug the shin, or if it feels better, hug the back of the thigh and let the left leg stretch out long on the floor. Shoulders relax. Breath is flowing. And from here, let's release that right leg. Drop the sole of the foot to the floor, but the knee stays bent. And we'll bring that left ankle up and across the right thigh. And we'll take the left hand to the left thigh and moving very gradually. So we don't want to shock the body, just slowly press away and allow the body to return. So press, return. Couple more. And then next time your leg is coming back towards you, take the left hand and the right, pull the legs in, thread that left hand through the needle and hold the back of the right thigh, or maybe hold on to the pants, grab a strap or a belt, wrapping yourself into a nice stretch. And we'll unwind the hands. Let that right foot come to the floor. Let the hands come to the floor for support. And then draw that left leg up toward the sky. The knee can be a little bent as we circle the ankle around and around. And we'll circle in the other direction. And let the ankle be neutral, but bend the knee a little more. And keeping the body nice and stable, make some big circles with that left leg coming out, around and down, back up. And we'll circle the leg in the opposite direction. This is great for the hip and SI joint. Next time that leg is up toward the sky, flex the ankle, send the heel up high, extending through the back of that hamstring, lifting through the kneecap. And keeping the torso nice and stable again, let's do some single leg lifts down and up with that leg. And only go as far as feels good to your body, so we don't want the low back to ever come off the floor here. Let's do one more really slowly. And then when you're back up to the top, right arm comes up. And we slowly extend away from center and back. Imagine that big rubber band. Stretch and return. Keep breathing as you move. Low back always on the floor. And next time arm and leg are up, just pause there. Bend that left knee and bring the hands to the shin or maybe to the back of the leg and hug those legs in. Hold that left leg in. And then maybe the right leg stretches out long. Nice big breaths here. And let's release the left foot to the floor. Draw that right leg up as well. So both knees are bent, feet are planted on the floor. And let's bring the arms up toward the ceiling. Rotate palms to face each other. Bend the elbows, hold opposite elbows. So the arms are right above you. Nice. And then we'll slide that whole arm unit over to one side, stretching the shoulder gently. And then back up to center and over to the other side. Good. Couple more, just sliding side to side. Make sure the neck is easy. Good. And then next time you're in center, pause there. Heel toe the feet out to the edges of the mat. So your feet are a little wider than hips. And then let's just play, keeping the feet on the floor, bring the knees a little to the left, the elbows a little to the right. And then come back to center. Feel that low back meet the mat. Let's bring both knees a little bit to the right. The elbows slide to the left. And slowly roll the spine to meet the mat. The body follows. First side. Left legs, right arms. Start with the spine, finding the mat. The body will follow. And then knees to the right, arms to the left. This time as you twist, exhale. And as you come to center, inhale. Smooth out your movement to match the breath. And don't worry if your knees don't come down all the way, that's just fine. It just has to be a little move connected with the breath. And we'll come right back up to center and bring the arms out wide on the floor now. So usually we do our twist with the legs pulled in, and that's a lovely way to do it. I invite you to just play today with bringing the knees to one side and just pause a moment in relaxation and just feel how that might be a little different with the feet on the floor. And then come back up through center and down to our second side. And again, we're just playing. It might feel really weird. You might have some stories or decisions going through your head about how it feels. Try to just stay with this moment, this breath. And we'll come back to center And let's bring both knees in toward the chest. Hands come to the knees. Circle the legs opposite directions. So we're coming out and around and back. And then back the other direction. And then really hug those legs in, maybe even rock a little side to side so you can really squeeze those legs in toward the body. Wrap yourself up, rock a little side to side, massaging the body on the mat. And then let's come to center, extend the arms again out onto the floor. And this time you get to choose. You could bring the legs down to one side in our classic twist, or if you'd rather drop the feet to the floor and do that new version, feel free. So finding a twist that feels really good to you. As you stay in the twist and breathe and feel, let's come back to that idea of kindness. Reaching down, down into the body, finding that kindness. Let it weave around you. Unwind back to center. And then surrender into your second side, landing gently, taking your time to breathe and release tension. Breathe and release tension. As you breathe again, coming back to that idea, as you come back to center, of what you could do to show kindness to yourself. So bringing those legs back to center if they're not already, and then let's just make some gentle circles coming round and round with those knees. And then back in the other direction. And then hug the legs in. Allow yourself a moment of stillness, of silence. And then you get to choose what would feel really good right now. Maybe some bicycles, maybe a bridge or two, maybe a shoulder stand, maybe a sweater. So find some flowing or held or creative movements to find completion in the practice. Doesn't even have to be a pose. Trust yourself to know. Keep breathing so you feel. If you're in a posture that might need a second side, make sure you allow that as well. And when you do feel complete, let yourself gently come out of your movement and start to come towards deep relaxation. So there's nothing you have to do. Once you get nice and warm, you could lie back, you could sit on a couch, you could sit on the floor. Yes. You could find a patch of wall and put the legs up on the wall or on a chair. There's no one way. This exploration, this practice of kindness, kindness to yourself. And again, feeling that kindness somewhere in the body, connecting to it in the body. So maybe in the belly, maybe in the heart, maybe somewhere else. It could be anywhere. But as you breathe in that kindness. Let it grow. And as you breathe out, let it swim around you like a warm pool. Breathe it in, let it grow. Breathe it out, let it flow. Breathe it in, let it grow. Breathe it out, kindness flows. beginning to deepen your breath. And letting your body start to move gently, kindly. Maybe rolling to one side and curling up in a little ball even. Good. As you're ready, making your way up to a seated place, maybe keeping those eyes closed for just a little longer if that feels okay. And no hurry, but when you're ready, bringing hands together, thumbs resting in the center of the chest. And for my in-person folks, let's make our Om a very gentle, soft Om with lots of the at the end, okay? At home, your choice. Let's take a nice breath in. Hari Om Shanti. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.